If you still need 4,000 watch hours to get monetized on YouTube, this is going to be the best YouTube video you've ever watched before, because by the end of it, you're going to know 4 things that you can implement in your next video in order for you to get those 4,000 watch hours as fast as humanly possible. In fact, this creator right here implemented these things and literally got monetized on YouTube from a single post. And this creator was able to do the same exact thing, and I think the same thing can happen to you so long as you don't skip any of these 4 steps. Step number 1 is you need to make sure that you spend more time creating your content, but more importantly, coming up with your content idea, because if you want to hit 4,000 watch hours on YouTube, you should only be uploading content on topics that are able to go viral, and not all posts are created equally. In fact, there are 3 things that are going to determine whether or not your post goes viral. The first thing is going to be the length of that post. The second thing is going to be the topic of the post. And then third, how it actually stacks up against the other videos it's going to be compared against on YouTube. And you don't actually have to make this really difficult. In fact, there's a really easy way for you to make this super easy by implementing exactly what I'm going to show you. So what I'm referring to here is making sure that the content that you're going to create is on a topic that YouTube is actually pushing like crazy right now. For example, this probably isn't your niche, but let's look at the real estate niche. So if I were just to come over to YouTube and type in real estate and then come under recently uploaded, this is going to show me the most viral videos within this niche. So for example, this one, 5 days, got 140,000 views. If you were able to create a video on this topic around the same length that competed with this video, well, guess what? You might be able to get that many views also, and that would immediately get you monetized on YouTube. Now, if we scroll down a little bit, you'll see another topic like this one right here that in 3 days got 2,500 views. Well, guess what? You don't want to create a video on that topic or a video in this length, because that's going to lead to you actually wasting your time. Now, this right here is another good video. This right here is another good video. This one is something I'd skip. So as you can see here, there are really only a few different topics within the real estate niche that will allow you to get monetized on YouTube, or at least get those 4,000 watch hours from a single video. So you need to make sure that you're going through whatever your niche is, doing a search for it, and you could get more specific here. For example, if we put real estate investing, this is then going to show a bunch of other different videos if we come under recently uploaded. So you want to be able to get as specific as humanly possible so that you know that the topic that you are going to create content on is going to be something that actually has a chance to go viral. But more importantly, it needs to be around the same length or longer, and you need to make sure that you actually end up creating a better video. And creating a better video doesn't mean that you have a more expensive camera or more expensive editing. It simply means that you deliver on the promise in the title and the promise in the thumbnail way quicker than that other video did. And if you're able to do those things, essentially what's going to happen is it's going to increase the amount of people clicking on your video. It's going to make YouTube want to recommend your content out more, and boom, you're going to get 4,000 watch hours on YouTube easier than you could have ever gotten them. But that's not the only thing that you could do or need to do if you want to get those 4,000 watch hours as fast as humanly possible. The next thing that you could focus on doing is simply creating longer form content on YouTube. If you log into YouTube right now, you're going to notice something. YouTube is pushing out longer form content more than they're pushing out anything else. And what I'm really talking about here is doing content in one of 3 formats. First, you could do a podcast. Secondly, you could do an interview. Or third, you could do a live stream. And personally, I really like doing those live streams, because what you could do is take step number 1 from this process, find a really good topic, and then you could go live for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, and boom, this is actually going to increase the amount of watch time that you get. Let me show you a perfect example. So I recently, in just the last 2 weeks, did a live stream, and this live stream right here got about 8,700 views. Now, if I come into my analytics here, what you're going to see is if we go over here and change this to 28 days, you're going to see that the watch hours on this was 990. And guess what? These count towards those 4,000, which is why doing a live is so powerful. But if we come over to one of my long form pieces of content like this one that got around the same amount of views, if we come into the analytics here, we're looking at 500 watch hours. So simply because this was a live, it got almost double the amount of watch hours. And this is the power of doing a live. So stop wasting your time just trying to create pieces of content to create your way to getting those 4,000 watch hours, when you could simply go live a few times, not even have to get that many views, and boom, get double the amount of watch hours. And lucky for you, today's video sponsor StreamYard makes it really easy for you to do an interview, for you to do a podcast, or for you to go live basically directly from your browser. Because StreamYard is essentially going to turn your browser into either a recording studio or a live studio where you have everything that you need to record a podcast, record an interview, have multiple guests, or to go live on YouTube, or you could go live on basically all platforms at once. And the best part about StreamYard is that if you go to the pinned comment below, you can get started today for 14 days for free. StreamYard is the platform that I personally use to go live every single time I go live, and millions of other people use StreamYard to go live and to record their content because they understand that it is by far the best way for you to turn your browser into a recording studio or a live studio. You could even add a bunch of different graphics and things like that without having to be a designer. So what are you waiting for? If you want to get monetized on YouTube faster and hit those 4,000 watch hours, you need to make sure you're creating longer form content, and you're not going to be able to do that without going to the pinned comment below and registering for a 14-day free trial with StreamYard. Now, the next thing that you need to make sure that you're doing before I get into by far the most important thing you could do to get 4,000 watch hours on YouTube is you need to make sure that you stop focusing on trying to get more viewers on YouTube. Instead, what you need to be doing is getting those viewers to watch multiple pieces of content. Because if you're like most channels on YouTube, you probably already have 3 videos. 5 videos, 10 videos, maybe you have 100 videos and you're still not monetized, and that's simply because you haven't used the 3 features that YouTube allows you to use in order to get people to watch multiple videos. The first feature you need to be aware of is going to be a pinned comment. If you have less than 4,000 watch hours, the only thing you should be putting in your pinned comment is something to get somebody to watch another video. For example, you could tell them, I really think you should check out this video right here, and then put the link there. And then what's going to happen, some of those viewers are going to watch that video and they're going to watch the next video. The second feature that you can use is the end screen feature. Again, you basically do the same exact thing, and I do this in my content all the time, and what you want to do is create a new problem for the viewer at the end of the video that they're currently watching, and the way that you're going to solve that problem is with a past video that you created. And then finally, you need to make sure that you're putting different videos in the description of your video, because again, your only goal, if you have less than 4,000 watch hours, should be to get people to watch multiple pieces of content of yours. And one of the easiest ways to do this is make sure that the content that you're uploading is going to be interesting to the same exact audience. Because if you upload one video that's interesting to some group of people, but then you upload another video that's interesting to different people, well, guess what? You're actually breaking YouTube, and you're not taking advantage of the way that YouTube works. Because the way that YouTube works is if somebody's interested in one piece of content from your channel, ideally they should be interested in multiple of them. And then this makes it really easy for YouTube to find your audience and just keep recommending your own content to them. And basically, you don't even need that many viewers in order to hit that 4,000 watch hours, so long as people are watching multiple pieces of content. Like I said, using those 3 features is going to make that way easier. Now, this brings me to by far the most important thing that you could do if you want to hit those 4,000 watch hours fast, and that is that you need to be creating your content in the right way on YouTube. Because if you don't follow the exact blueprint that I'm about to share with you, you're making your YouTube content the wrong way, and it's why you don't have 4,000 watch hours and you're not monetized on YouTube. Step number 1. You need to do research and prove to yourself why you're going to invest your time actually creating the piece of content that you're going to create. And if you can't prove to yourself, like I share with you in step number 1, then don't even bother creating the piece of content. The second thing that you need to do is know exactly what title you're going to have, what thumbnail you're going to have, and how long your video needs to be. And these 3 things need to come from that step number 1. Let me show you an example. So I don't want to use real estate investing again. So what I'm going to use is affiliate marketing. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over here, we're going to type in affiliate marketing. Basically, going back to step number 1. Now, if I look under here, this video, 19,000 views, this video, 3,400 views. If I come down here, 21,000 views in 6 days. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to pick one of these. So what I'm going to pick right here is going to be this one right here that says, use this bot to earn $2,500 a week with affiliate marketing for beginners. Now, the way that you're going to make this better is you're simply going to increase the numbers on this. You look at this thumbnail, you could do the same thumbnail except make it $1,000 a day. And you could come over here and make this $5,000 a week or $7,000 a week. Then what you're going to do is simply watch this video and create a better video than this one. Now remember, you're simply taking this title, making it better. Taking this thumbnail, making it better. Taking this length, making it better. Ideally, I'm going to make my video 10 to 12 minutes long. But we can't stop there because all you have right now is the title, the thumbnail, and the length. The next part that you need to move into is actually scripting out your video. Now, you don't need to read your video script word by word, but what you do need to know is you need to have a very clear hook in your video, very clear stakes, aka a reason for somebody to watch all the way through to the end. Like in this video, how I kept telling you how this part is the most important because you could have done the 3 things right I shared with you earlier, but if you skip the next few things I'm gonna say, well, it's gonna ruin your chances of getting those 4,000 watch hours. Now, what I just did there is the next example of what you need within your script. So you need that really solid hook with good stakes, and people need to know why they need to watch that video. And then every 90 seconds, you need to have a transition phrase, aka you need to keep reminding them of what's coming in the future and why they need to keep watching, because everybody that's watching a video has a phone that's buzzing, they have kids that's yelling in the background, or maybe their boss is texting them, telling them to do some work, or maybe their teacher in school is telling them to do that same thing. So you need to keep reminding them why it's incredibly important for them to watch those next 90 seconds and keep dragging them along in the video. Now from here, once you have your script done, you could go ahead and record and edit your piece of content or create your piece of content if you're doing a faceless channel. And then you want to go through and do the final revision. And all you should be doing then is really trying to make sure that the first 60 seconds is as entertaining as possible. And let me give you a really good test here. If you can't even sit through the first 60 seconds of your video, probably boring as hell, and somebody who doesn't know who you are definitely isn't going to do that. So please make sure that you fix it. And then from here, you simply need to upload your video at the right time, and then you need to make sure that you improve the next time. The way that you improve the next time is asking yourself, how could I have made a better topic? How could I have made the title better, the thumbnail better, the length better? And then ultimately, over time, after you're doing that, you're gonna get monetized on YouTube. Now let me ask you a question. Don't you think you'd get monetized on YouTube a lot quicker if you had somebody like me helping you out the same way I helped this creator get monetized from one post and this creator monetized from one post? Well, then let me ask you another question if you answered yes to that. Why haven't you checked out this video right here that shares with you the 3 different ways that I can help you get more views, more subscribers, and ultimately get monetized on YouTube? Because there are several different ways that we can work together one-on-one, and if you're curious about that, I'll see you over there.